Each year for the last 25 years, the Maryland Department of the Environment hosts a Rethink Recycling sculpture contest.
So my project is called A Glimpse of the Future. We have the Tree of Knowledge here. It's built out of wire, and it's meant to show the Earth reclaiming itself, basically healing itself from our damages.
Students from across the state attend, sharing their inventive creations made from recycled materials as a solution to waste reduction. We've always seen the finished products, but we wanted to see how some of these ideas began. So, earlier last year, we visited two high schools, South Carroll High and Baltimore City College, and spoke with student artists and their teachers as they were in the beginning stages of their sculptures. Lisa Katz, art teacher at South Carroll, helps engage her students' creativity with what's called a junk room, a space filled with random supplies and materials.
Band. This was like with was one of the props for the color bar.
Okay,
You know, and at the end of the year, he's like, I got a bunch of these, you want them? Sure. So this is how I guide them. So they have to choose a category. So they can do an assemblage, a stackable. They can do a color construction, a la Dawson. They can do the box construction, like Cornell or Star. They can make a recognizable object out of traditional objects, figures or human, animal.
Twins Yamina and Yasira Idrizu shared with us their creations.
So right now I'm creating the base of my sculpture using pool noodles. I'm gonna cover all of this in yarn using like black, white, and gray yarn. I know right now it doesn't look so good, but it's supposed to be a cat. Okay. So I got the legs. Yeah, and the body. I recently adopted a cat.
What's his name?
Snoopy.
Mm.
Yes. Yeah, and she's so tiny, so sweet.
So you're making a Snoopy replica.
Mm-hmm.
All right, very good.
Yeah.
Is this the first time you've done something like this?
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you think?
It's going well so far.
What's been the biggest frustration so far?
Oh, it's the pool noodles because it's very messy, and also when I use the hot glue, it kind of melts the foam. So this is water, and then I have these fishes I made out of I think it's checker pieces. And so I was going to put it so that they're falling out of a bucket, either a bucket or a waterfall. Honestly, I just thought of this after I went into the junk room.
Now, which one of you is more arts and craftsy?
Oh, it's probably her. But she's more the brain, so yeah. I think I come up with the most creative ideas.
On the day of the sculpture contest, we caught up with the twins to see the final results of their projects.
So I was really excited about how it turned out. I didn't see it coming out like this. So the thing I had most trouble with was putting it together. And so for the container, since metal conducts heat, it was very hard and it kept peeling. So instead with cats, we proposed the idea of using a fishing sound. So I used that instead. And it worked out really good and pretty fast. I had trouble keeping my cat upright. At one point it was leaning, and I called it the Leaning Tower of Cat Scrap. Yesterday it fell over, so I had to reglue it and kind of level it out, and it turned out pretty good.
Earlier last year, we also spoke with Harley Wilson about her creation.
I have a snake just standing up out of a bunch of flowers. I mostly just wanted to do an animal. He is made out of basically toilet paper rolls, tape, more tape, and beads and other items that you might find on jewelry. Also stuff from Coke bottles.
Bring it in.
Most of it came from the junk room, although beads and stuff, I have brought in old jewelry, things like that to add to him.
And months later, we found Harley and her finished sculpture.
I think I did a really good job considering this was my first time ever making a sculpture. And also wear gloves when working with hot glue next time. I've got calluses all over my hands now. I think what I would do differently is make sure to not make the head of
whenever I'm making a metal piece. Stanley's head is made out of a metal pipe, and it forced me to do certain things to make sure he stays covered.
We spoke with Caitlin Flagler at the beginning of her project.
So what was your inspiration for this?
I actually have no idea. Found some stuff, and then I found this wood thing that I cut in half, and it kind of looked like a mule deer's. So I kind of just ran with that.
Okay. And is it
Supposed to be a deer. It's not like a dog.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't really do sculptures and stuff like this. This is my first time kind of doing this kind of stuff. I think it's going well, and I think it's a pretty cool experience to be able to like see this like going through it like this, instead of like drawing something and then trying to match that. Because that's like the only kind of sculpture thing I've done before.
And how did Caitlin's sculpture turn out?
I think it went really well. I think it turned out a lot different than I was expecting it to, but in a good way. And I'm really glad that it turned out this way. So when I originally started it, I was going to be standing up, and and it was going to be covered in flowers. So now it's covered in bottle caps and is laying down and everything.
Lastly, from South Carroll, we spoke with Riley Stancliffe as she was beginning her creation.
I go to the beach a lot, so I'm kind of just like, I like the beach, and dolphins are my favorite animal. So, yeah.
So is this all junk room acquired things?
But I'm gonna cover the entire thing in like CDs, so I have to bring some from home too.
Okay.
So I get like the right color.
So, now did you sketch this out beforehand, or are you just putting it together and figuring it out?
Putting it together and figuring it out.
Have you done something like this before?
No, not really.
What do you think so far?
I'm proud of myself for getting this far, not stressing myself out too much.
Although we didn't get a chance to interview Riley, congratulations to her for winning second place People's Choice Award for her sculpture called CDs with a Porpoise. Art teacher Emma Chen shares how she supports her students in these contests.
Students are the ones generating the ideas. They're the ones that are determining what kind of materials and supplies they want to use to create their art to best express their ideas. And I'm here to provide like some specific instruction where it's like maybe on one day we'll go through like particular techniques, but generally speaking it's more about like guiding, like you have this skill set already, how do you want to use this and connect with your viewers?
Hope Sanders was working on her project at home, so we didn't get a chance to see it, but her inspiration for it is very personal.
Well, I heard about it from my teacher, Ms. Chen, and I was kind of interested, and I kind of based it off of my exhibition, which was about being bipolar, and I kind of wanted to show how through the lenses, I want to make a binocular, and I wanted to put objects in it and show how they change constantly the way you look at things. Well, I love to paint. My favorite style of painting is I really like perspective and the way you can make things look very realistic.
We found Hope on contest day to see her finished work.
At first I was a little worried because I'm not very good with a lot of people, but you know, it's not really that many people that I can handle, so these people seem really nice and they seem to like what I like, so I really enjoy being here.
Sanaya Grimes was also working on her project at home and shared pics.
My inspiration for my piece was actually my struggle with mental health, specifically anxiety, and I really wanted to show like the different symbolisms that kind of helped me overcome that part of my life through like different symbols in my artwork.
And specifically here is where I use a lot of the CDs. This is the hand that I had made, and this was an old pill bottle that I had. This is the end of the snake, and right here is where I use like a lot of the copper. It's inside of the snake to give it shape. And these are dryer sheets that I use to kind of give off the vibes of like clouds and mist. This is another picture of the head of the snake. It's made out of a jewelry container, and the teeth are made out of hot glue, but the rest of the snake is just, well, the head of it is like paper mache that I use.
Here's Sanaya's finished work.
The process, it took a long time, but I'm really happy with the way it turned out. I really liked it, and I like seeing other people's artworks and designs and interacting with other people here. They're really nice. I'm really excited about it. Hopefully more people from City will do it in the next years to come.
We're looking forward to seeing more creative creations at this year's Rethink Recycling Sculpture Contest.